happy as I possibly can. I'm doing these independent films lately. Um, and before I let you go, I'm going to tell you because we're both in the industry together. So my character, whether it be on TV or my character is pretty much a straight up kind of guy. I'm the pro hero guy, right? Right.
Yeah.
So I got asked to do this film in which I play this piece of shit drug addict, rough sex having piece of shit, just this total pig of a man. And the scene involved me doing drugs with this heroin addict girlfriend of mine and having rough sex and just almost a rape scene. Okay, me doing the drugs, me raping this girl, but not really raping her, just having hardcore sex with her, and calling her a whore and telling her, threatening to beat her ass if she doesn't shut the fuck up while I'm doing her. And I got to tell you, it was kind of cool playing this role, but I had nightmares about it that night when I went home, when I went to sleep.
Oh, I believe it. Yeah,
It was that fucking ugly. It was that fucking ugly, man. And honestly, Mark, I can't wait for you to see it when it finally gets at it. When we finally, I can't wait for you to see it.
Well, I'm ready to see it. I try to follow everything you do, and I want us eventually to work on something together. We've got to do something together, man.
It's going to happen. And I know, I joked with you about this thing with Charles Manson, but pictures of you, no, I mean, you looked like a young Charlie Manson when you were younger.
No, I believe it, and I own it. I own it. I think of you every time I think of him. It's weird.
And if I was gonna do a movie, damn kid, you'd be the star of that motherfucker. You'd be,
well, I remember at the Cabo Cantina that night, the last time we hung out, you were going up to everybody, the bouncer, everybody, you're like, doesn't this motherfucker look just like Charlie Manson? And the guy, so I had way too many beers that night. And I'm starting to fall asleep, and the bouncer, next thing I know, he's like, "Yo, Charlie Manson, you good, man?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm all right. I'm good." That was some funny shit.
Mark, I'm a lot more in control now, but I lived the badass bourbon drinking, bar brawling Hollywood lifestyle. When you and me used to hang out, I was at the tail end of that. And people don't believe me when I said, dude, I can go out. I take some boys out. We go out. I'll have 12, 15, 18 fucking drinks in an evening.
Yeah, we started on the Cabo. We started at the Cabo and went to Firefox.
Foxfire, and then I've done that where I've gone to like 7, 8 bars in one night, and let the chips fall where they may. One night stands, fights in the parking lot. I mean, I lived that fucking lifestyle, and I'm glad it's done now because now I go out, I have 2 or 3 drinks. I need to go home, get 12 hours sleep, have a bowl of Wheaties and a vitamin C shot in the morning. You know what I mean?
Well, let me ask you this. I'm curious. I got a question for you about that lifestyle. So didn't you used to bodyguard some clubs, right?
Yes.
So let me ask you this. What was probably the craziest or worst like hand-to-hand fight you probably ever dealt with, whether it was as a bouncer or in your personal life? Like what was the the oh shit moment as far as that goes?
Well, I was lucky. I got through, there's a scene in that movie Tombstone when Wyatt Earp is saying, in all those towns, all that time, in all those cow towns, I never had to kill anybody. I don't know if you remember that scene.
Yeah, okay? I remember it. Yeah.
And he said, all the shit I went through, I never had to kill anybody. So I can honestly say, in all the shit I've ever done, I never got hurt. I never got really physically hurt. And I never got into something that was over my head. I just was totally blessed in that arena. Either it was 1 or 2 punches and it was over, or I was able to talk the person down. But that being said, one of the craziest incidents I ever had. I worked at this club in Hollywood, and it's still there. It's called Crazy Girls. It's on La Brea and Sunset. And Crazy Girls there wasn't full nude, it was topless. So they could serve alcohol there, like real alcohol.
Right.
So, and a story in every club, here we have a last call, and it's about 1:45, last call. And you go around, you tell everybody, okay, last call, get them shut down. I'm going to come around at, at 5 minutes. I don't care if you have a full drink or not. You're done. You're out of here, blah, blah, blah. And inevitably, there's always one asshole that won't finish his drink or won't put it down. Okay.
Right.
So I come across this guy, and he looked Native American, but this motherfucker was 6'2", 250 and change if he was an ounce. Just a big fucking dude, right? Just this big fucking guy, a big, intimidating, just fucking nasty looking face, mean face, the whole bit. And I tell him to put his drink down. He tells me to go fuck myself. And I grab the drink out of his hand, and he's drunk. He's really drunk. And, as I grab the drink, beer goes all over, the beer goes all over him. He takes a swing at me, misses. I put the beer down. I'm shoving him towards the front door. I get him out the front door. And at the front, there is a staircase about, like a half a staircase to the street.
Right.
Like 20 steps, maybe 15 steps. So now I got him in front, and he's still swinging it. He's swinging at me, and I'm ducking him right and left, and I'm telling him to calm down. And then he takes a wild ass haymaker, and he trips and he falls down that flight of steps.
Oh God.
And then he's out cold at the bottom of the steps. And I walk down. I can see he's still alive, but he's just unconscious, And I just walk right over him. This aren't you going to help him? No, I'm not going to. No, he ain't my problem now. He's on the street now, But I let the stairs do all the work for me that night.
Crash took himself out.
Yeah, he took himself out. So that was about the craziest thing I really ever dealt with.
Did you ever have any crazy celebrity encounters? You live in the land of celebrities there in Hollywood. Is there any ever really weird moment with a celebrity?
Yes, and I'll tell you the one. And so I'll tell you the one, and he's probably going to hate me for bringing this up, maybe if you ever heard this. But so Lemmy from Motorhead.
Yes.
Okay, so Lemmy from Motorhead, David Lee Roth are at Crazy Girls. And this is before I became a celebrity. So this is before I became a celebrity. But, like you, I'm a very personable guy. And so these guys love me. They just love me. So I'm snorting cocaine off a stripper's ass with Lemmy and David Lee Roth in the girls' bathroom at Crazy Girls.
Nice.
Now, to me, that is the most amazing. I mean, dude, I have arrived. Dude, this is the epitome of the Hollywood, California lifestyle. David Lee Roth and Lemmy, and I'm snorting cocaine off a hooker's ass. Does it get any better?
That is the dream. That is the Hollywood dream.
Does it get any better? And I'll tell you other story. And then when I became a celebrity, I'll never forget. So there was a show back when I was a kid. I don't know if you ever saw. It was called Grizzly Adams. You ever heard of this show?
Dan Blocker, right?
Dan Haggerty.
Haggerty, right.
So I used to party at this bar over in Studio City. I didn't take you there that night because I don't think it was even, it's still there, but it's not. Anyway, so I go in there, and there's Dan Haggerty in there. And I walk in, I'm sitting at the other end of the bar, and Dan waves at me to come down, come down. I'm like, and I look around, me? And he goes, Matt Birch, I know you. Dude, I love your show. And I'm like, this is the first celebrity I really ran into when I got on TV the first one. And I was so shocked that this man knew who the fuck I was. You know what I mean? I was like, you know who I am? He goes, yeah, dude, you're fucking amazing. Me and my daughter watched the show. And then as I'm talking to him, this fucking guy comes out with a bandana on, and it's Bobby fucking Knievel. Evel Knievel's son.
Oh, yeah, I remember Bobby, yeah.
Bobby Knievel. Fucking Evel Knievel's son sits and goes, oh, my God, it's Matt Birch. And I'm like, you know who I am too? Oh my God. And then Bobby's like, man, you want to do a bump? I'm like, sure. And then fucking Bobby pours some Coke out on his fucking hand. And right at the bar, here, and I'm doing a bump up Bobby Knievel's fucking hand. And I'm like, oh my God, dude, really?
You can't make this shit up.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we've lost Lemmy, we've lost Bobby, and we've lost Danny over the years, and we've lost a lot of, and I'll tell you one more crazy Hollywood story before I got to let you go. And it's back at Crazy Girls. Did you watch Pulp Fiction?
Yes.
Okay. There's a scene in Pulp Fiction where the black guy's getting raped by this hillbilly redneck guy.
This is the Peter Green story, right?
Peter Green is standing out in front. Yeah, Peter Green. Me and Peter Green are standing out in front. Peter's the coolest motherfucker you ever met. And this big motherfucker comes up and he starts talking to us and looks at Peter and goes, why do you look so familiar? You look so. And Peter Green, without a fucking missing a beat, says, well, I do a lot of gay porn. That's probably where you saw me. And I just had to turn around because I would have lost it laughing, right? And this guy got furious. This guy was fucking furious. He goes, who the fuck is that guy? I'm not a faggot. I'm like, he didn't say you were a faggot. He said he did gay porn. It was a joke. Well, I don't think it's funny. I go, well, actually, I did. I did. And it's funny because years later, I did the same thing at the Cabo Cantina with a guy. I walk up to the bar, and he's one of these slick motherfuckers. He's wearing a shirt. Got a little bit of a build on him. He's wearing a shirt 2 sizes too small, arm, flexing at the bar. And as you remember, everybody knows me. Everybody's like talking to me, and he says to me, "Hey, dude, what the fuck, man? Everybody knows you. Why does everybody know you?" And I look at him, same thing, total deadpan. Well, I'm one of the biggest producers of gay porn in the LA area. And I said, if I wish I had a card, I'd give it to you. I'd love to hire you. And I walk away. I fucking walk away. So this 5'8", 160 pounds, all 160 pounds of him comes out to my table, and I'm sitting with 4 other people, kind of slams his beer on the table. And he goes, you want to tell me what the fuck you meant by that? And I very politely tell him, if he doesn't remove his beer bottle from my table, I'm going to fuck him with it. And I guess he knew I was serious because he picked up that bar bottle and walked away. So this is pretty fun. And then everybody was laughing their asses off when he left, So anyway, guys, that's one of the tales from the hood. I got many, many more to tell you one day, but running a little bit out of time. It's been real fun hanging out with you, and we will do this again some other time, okay?
Matt, I would love to do this again, and this has been so much fun for me. Like, I can't get enough of your stories. I live for them, actually, and when I come out to LA again, we got to hang out some more.
Sounds like a plan, big dog.
All right, I really appreciate you doing this, and I'll send you the link when it's put out.
You got it, Chief.
All right, take care, and God bless.
Ciao.
Bye-bye.